guys, welcome to my stop on Off the Board for January, the first Off the Board for 2022. I think we decided we were all going to do sketches. I don't remember, but I have a sketch. So I grabbed this sketch off my Pinterest board. My Pinterest, the pin will be linked down below, as well as everybody else who is playing with Off the Board this month. I'm going to use my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. I'm so close to being done. I have this 12 by 12 left. I have one other 12 by 12 left. I have a bunch of other papers, but that is fine. It's not a big deal. I don't expect myself to kill the 6x8 pad, but I'm actually making some really good progress on it, which is kind of crazy. So I have a mess here because I have like all the papers. So I grabbed my new set of, there is kind of a snowflake one. My new set of Dottie About Flair. I got like was it a Black Friday deal, I think, that Adam was doing for Dottie About Flair, where you got like a sampling of everything. So you got a sampling of a bunch of the Flair, some of the large ones. You got some sequins. What else? You got some sequins. You got some awesome some Mrs. Brimble's things, so some ephemera, and I got this gorgeous summer sunset designed by Sarah Scraps. This is gorgeous too. I do not have this one, so I'm excited that I got it. You got some sequins and some Mrs. Brimble's, and Adam, of course, threw in a little treat for me. Thank you, Adam. You're the best. And I'm really excited to use these fall little ephemera pieces and stickers, which I think I'll be using here pretty soon on a layout, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you. And then some Christmas things. So I'm going to add this to my Christmas stash and try to use some of those up as well. But these cute little fall items are adorable. So I have that sketch, and I have these two photos of my niece with her dog. So I'm going to trim one of them down. I think maybe this one, and we'll leave this one bigger. But I think I am really going to use this as my background. Yes, it's very busy, but I have some good 6x8 papers that can serve as our center. I think I might do this black and white heart and then punch out an edge for this one is my thought. If I don't use these this month, which so far it's just these three, I used a bunch of other ones, I'm probably going to toss them. Becky was giving me crap on our stash smash that I kept these things, but so yeah, let me get organized and figure out what I'm doing with my life, and let's get started. All right, so this actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. I decided to start. So a lot of times I only have scrappy time like right away in the morning, so I have to get my butt up early. I do my yoga, and then usually sometimes I get 45 minutes to an hour max to scrapbook or do crafty things like voiceovers or pick out a bunch of photos to go with sketches or things like that. So anything scrapbook related is sometimes not enough time to actually do a page, but this morning that I did this one, I was able to do this page and start another one in 45 minutes. So this did not take me long at all, and I think that to sketches and amazing products, honestly. So despite this beautiful paper being very, very busy, I thought it would be good to use, and that is why I'm going to pick more of a neutral 6x8 paper from the LA Studio pack, and I decided on the black and white heart, but I wanted some more layers behind it. So I decided to use that old Fisker's punch with that fancy edge and do that in the gray. It's technically a snowflake, but when you punch it and just use it at a border, you can't tell. And I do that, and then I'm going to grab a couple more of the 6x8 papers and layer them behind just to do a little more layers and bring some more kind of the turquoise and the teal like forward, because and I'm glad I did, because I end up using a lot of things turquoisey and teal on this layout. And so I layer that just a white, it's like a big journaling 6x8 paper. behind just to add more white. And then I will add the XOXO teal one behind there as well. And then I wanted to, I'm not going to do stitching like on the sketch, but I do want another color, and I thought I'd bring in some more of that pink, and I have this cardstock in my kit, and it really does kind of bring the pink from some of the flowers in. There's like pink, turquoise, blue, green, purple flowers, and they're all kind of watercolory, so to me they all have different levels of saturation, and so cardstock obviously is just one saturation, so it's just kind of bringing that forward. So I trimmed a skinny piece, and that's going to be my edge over there, and then like on the sketch it would have then been like hearts stitched down on top of that edge. Well, I will not be stitching. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but after I got all my Daddy About Flair, I started looking at some of them, and a lot of them had some of the colors that are going on, so I actually just put some Flair over there, and I'm excited because I end up playing with some of the really big Flair, and I love them. I love the big Flair. I don't know what it is, but I love them. So I'm arranging my photos. I matted them also on that gray snowflake 6x8 paper and trimmed those out just because I wanted to bring some more of that gray in. And now I'm just going through my Fifth and Monaco ephemera that is in my kit and figuring out what I want to do behind the photos there. I thought about doing 2 tags, but then I realized I wanted kind of a journaling spot. Some of these pages, so these are all for my niece. Some of these pages I wrote little messages on. Some of them I left so that if my sister wanted to write messages on, that they could. So I decided to flip out. I will decide to switch out that other wood grain tag for that journaling spot. This is here and now. So that way they have a spot to write. But here I am going through all the Flair, and then I put them all away. But I ended up deciding doing a little, a big, a little, a big, a little. I just really liked the variation. And then I got a little bit of all the colors, and I wasn't too saturated in just one color over there. I really wanted to do just the heart ones, but they were some of them were two more primary type colors. But I loved the ones that I picked out. They all kind of went with it, and I really, really like the way that turns out. I toyed with the idea of putting another one down on the right below the tag, but I ended up not doing that. But instead, so after I get this all glued down, after redoing my ATG, I feel like the last few videos I've made, I've had to redo my ATG during it. Oh yes, pickles. Cat just started yelling at me. After I get it all down, then I'm going to put these down with this awesome, these foam squares from scrapbook.com. I'm sure there's other foam squares out there too, but they just fit perfectly in the Flair. I love it. They're like the right height that you get adhesive. And yeah, you just pop one in, done. There's other foam squares or foam circles too. Oh yes, the tabby dots from, is it Spiegelman Scraps that has those? Yes. Those are awesome too. Or is it Shimmers? Either one of those shops. I mean, they all have amazing things anyway, so go visit both, right? And then I decide I'm going to do my happy, except for I understand, I like these titles, but I wish the my would nestle with the happy better. It's almost like we got to do different words that aren't a Y. So it nestles better. I don't know. So there's a bigger gap than I would have liked. I don't remember where these stickers are from, but so I just nestle a glittery heart in there. So then I'm like, well, I need a glittery heart somewhere else then. And I should have put another one, but I didn't. I only did 2. Maybe I'll add a 3rd one later because I have them. And then I decide I want to use some of the flowers because it's all about killing this kit, and I have so many flowers left. And the whole background is flowers, so why not bring some to the front? So I tuck in a few down there by the tag and photo, and then tuck in one little sprig there that nestles nicely between the P and the Y on the happy, and then make a little cluster between the photos there because there's a weird gap, and then add some enamel dots and these weird little white sprigs I had left over from my December daily album. So here's some close-ups, you guys. Make sure you check out everybody else who was playing with Off the Board this month. I appreciate y'all. And we'll see you next time. Bye.